Around the YouTube, it is Thursday, and like the rest of the Thursdays this month, we're going to be doing another action figure unboxing. Today we're going back to 2022 to the first time inline WWE Series 134 Basic Indi Hartwell figure. Now, she is no longer with the WWE, but oddly enough, I did not become a fan of hers through WWE. I actually discovered her after she left WWE. I was scrolling YouTube, saw her matches against Mercedes, Mercedes and House of Glory and Mayu Yamashita, and really dug her work and found her YouTube channel where she blogs about traveling, fitness, building her own gym. Very charismatic person, very good wrestler, now working with TNA Wrestling among other independent companies. So I saw this at a very, very good price. I figured why not get it while it's still available. So let's get it open here. First, we're going to talk about the package a little bit. And I always, no matter what kind of action figure, I use a 3A criteria when judging. The first A is appearance. The second is articulation. And the third is accessories. So we're talking about the packaging here. We have the big window in the front here so you can see everything going on. Indi Hartwell, her name right here. And on the back it says Indi Hartwell, her signature move, or the springboard elbow drop and the slingshot rocket kick. And then another thing they have on the back here, you see these little icons. And one it says grappler, the other says brawler, the other says high flyer, another says powerhouse, and the one that is highlighted says technician. So it gives you a kind of gamified look at what their specialty is, which I think is a very cool little added thing onto the packaging. And then we get a look at the other action figures in this line, starting with Seth Rollins and his powder blue suit. We have Mrs. Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch. We have Shelton Benjamin, who is now with AEW. And we have Sami Zayn. So let's get into it. And to start off with, she is a very, for a female, she is a fairly tall wrestler, and the action figure really captures. I believe she's about 5'9", and she has a muscular frame, and you can see that here. Done very well in the sculpting here. A good face scan. As you know, Mattel likes to use the True Scan technology. Long hair, I like the texture of it, the way that it falls around the whole figure. Really, the way it falls in the front and the back is something unique that I haven't seen before in an action figure from any line. And then we have the purple gear with Indi written all over it. And we have an entrance jacket, a vest, and on the back it says The Way. I believe that was the faction that she was in with Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, and Austin Theory. I was not watching during that time, but in news I would hear about it. And so that's a little cool time capsule there of her time with the WWE. See if we can get this vest to pop off here. It is the thicker rubber vest, so it is harder to get on and off of the action figure. Oh. Yeah, this jacket, it comes off, but it is very, very stiff here. Here we go. Pop the head back on. Alright, so let's get a look at the attire here. The back under the hair and vest is very basic, as you would expect, because if the vest isn't covering it up, the hair is. But the front, we have the logo of the faction on the top, and then we have the name on the trunks, the knee pads with the logo of the faction. Very true to form here. Oh, looks like Supergirl fell off the pedestal back there. Yeah, got the wrestling boots. And like I said, I really do like the fact that they maintain her muscular, yet slender frame. Looks just like her. So, I mean, as far as the appearance, I would give it definitely an A because of the scale, because of the body mold. You can tell that this is not something that they just patchwork together from other action figure molds. So next we're going to go to articulation. And this is a basic figure. And this was before, like right now, they're basics or what's known as the main event figures. And the biggest difference is that the heads are detachable and every figure has the ball jointed hip now. But back during the days of the basic action figures, the ball jointed hips were only for the elite and above action figures, unless it was a female action figure. And so this is essentially what we would consider a main event action figure back in the days before the main event line dropped. A little factoid for you there about Mattel wrestling action figures. But the head is on a ball joint. We get a lot of movement here despite the large amount of hair because the sculpt is, while it drapes over the back, it's not directly against it, and it's a softer plastic mold, so we get the full rotation and movement of the ball joint on the head. Going down to the shoulders, we have the up and down, and of course the all the way around there. We have single jointed elbows. It is a basic after all. And then we have basic hands that go all the way around, and we have a little back and forth in the hands. On the torso, we have no cut. It's just one piece, but going down to the hips. They are on a swivel. And then going between the hip and the leg, we talked about the ball joint. A good amount of motion from there, not too much. And then the knee is a single joint. Trust me, though you cannot see it, is a single jointed pinless knee, even though it is covered by the knee pad. And then we have a separate boot, so there's no need for a cut in the calf because the boot is separate. And I like that it is practical to where it eliminates unnecessary lines. And then we have no motion on the ankle or heel because, again, it is a basic. But I think this is a great figure. I like the articulation. Very standard for a basic action figure. And the only downside is the bulky knee pads that kind of hide and hinder the joint movement of the leg. But you can get that stretched out a little bit and get a little bit more motion out of that if you like. And so let's talk about accessories here. As far as accessories go, the only thing we have is the vest here. I like the vest. I like the painting on the back. You can tell they put a lot of effort into that. It's basic, true to the character. I don't know what more you would really want with this character. Not flashy, but I give it a B+. So overall, I think this is a great action figure if you can find it at the $15 to $20 price range. I highly suggest it, and I highly recommend checking out her stuff on the independent scene. Check out Indi Hartwell's YouTube channel and TNA Wrestling every Thursday on AMC. And so that's been my thoughts on this action figure. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. If you would like to contribute to the growth of this channel, you can buy me a coffee at the QR code on the screen right now. And I will see you next time. Until then, keep buying them action figures. I am out.